Hey YouTube, it's Michael from Asymmetrical Preparedness. So, what do you bring to the table? Talking about what you bring to a group, or to a tribe, or just in general. What do you bring to the table when it comes to prepping, preparedness, stuff like that? Do you have food storage? If you do, how much? Do you have, you got a couple days worth, you got a week's worth, you got a year, you got 2 years, 5 years? What do you have? Trying to ask these questions so you guys think about your value, your worth to a group. Say, you don't know what's going to happen. Stuff goes sideways. You're bugging out. You can't get to your bug out location. You see a farm, and you drive up down the driveway. You see a roadblock. You start talking to people, and they're going to start vetting you. They're going to start asking, what do you have? What do you bring to the table? Like I said. Do you have other preps other than food storage? Medical, etc. type stuff, tools, hand tools, solar panels, water, the stuff, prepping stuff. Do you have firearms, magazines, ammo? If you do, how much? How many? Are you trained in their use? If so, to what level? Do you just go to the range once every couple of years and sit on a bench and shoot a couple rounds at 50 yards or 100 yards with a high-power rifle? Or do you shoot dynamically? Do you take rifle, carbine classes? Do you take advanced handgun classes, self-defense classes? Do you take tactical training? Do you have any military background? Are you a competition shooter? These are all things. What level of training do you have? Do you have a group that gets together and you train dynamically in like a CQB situation? CQB meaning close quarter battle, close quarter combat. Clearing a room, clearing a house, and actually like shooting. If you have a location to do that, great. A lot of people don't. If you do, take advantage of that, big time. That's a very good skill to have. Are you physically capable of anything, of performing tasks? Can you patrol while carrying your kit for 6 to 8 hours over rough terrain? Do you know how to can? Stuff some wrote down. Can, garden, weld. Do you have medical skills? Primitive living skills, foraging. Do you know how to cook over a campfire? Do you have experience doing that? It's different than just cooking over your stove in your house. Can you identify wild medicinals? That kind of stuff. Can you shear a sheep? Do you know how to dress down a deer after you kill it? Do you know how to bleed it out? Do you know how to, scald a chicken, pluck it, prepare it, cook it, all those things? You're not going to be going to the grocery store and just buying some chicken. Remember, everything's more difficult. Let me see. Do you have a positive can-do attitude? That's a big one right there. If you do, people will see it. Yeah. Are you a MacGyver type? I'm kind of a MacGyver type. I can pretty much, within reason, I can fix most things. It may not be pretty, but it'll work. Are you good at making something out of nothing? That's basically what I'm talking about. Making something out of nothing, or fixing something with random stuff. Random screws and bolts and nails and wood and some twine, 550 cord, duct tape, zip ties, all those cool things that you can fix almost anything with. JB Weld. That's another good thing. That's one of those off-the-wall preps to have. JB Weld is really good for a lot of uses. I don't know everything it's good for. Check it out. Sorry. Are you willing to put in the work? That's a big thing. Work ethic. Are you willing to do the hard things? And obviously, that's not something you're just going to walk up to a gate and tell somebody, oh yeah, I can do the hard things. There'll be a vetting period. If they don't see it in you, then they may, get rid of you. They'll be like, bye-bye. Oh, by the way, all those preps you brought us, yeah, we're going to have to hold on to those. You know, don't put yourself in a situation. Hard work. Be a worker. Put in your best effort for everything you do. Do you have limitations? Physical limitations, mental limitations, whatever it may be. What can you do to mitigate them, to lessen the effects of those limitations, to make you a competent, capable person of providing and for being part of the team, being a valuable part of the team? Are you always learning new skills, always striving to do better, always bettering yourself? We should always be doing that. Learning new things, new skills, prepper related, primitive living related, self-reliance related, all that kind of stuff. I've been over that in a video in the past about all the skills you could have as a prepper or learn about as a prepper. And that was only a minute amount of those skills that I covered. Tons of different skills apply to an SHTF type scenario and for your worth in a group. Where do your moral values stand? Because depending on the group of people, you may or may not fit in with them. They may be people of faith, followers of Christ. You may not be, or you may be, or they may be some satanic group, and you're a Christian, or whatever you call it, whatever you might be. Just thinking, you don't always know. They're not always going to be good guys. They may be bad guys. Do you really want to associate yourself with them? The vetting goes both ways. It's not just them vetting you, it's you vetting them. Are they worth your time and effort that you're going to be putting forth for them? Also, you got to remember that. It's not just selling it's not just selling yourself. Like on a date, with a woman or with a man, whichever, whatever your thing is. I'm not even going to talk about that. But it's not just about you proving yourself. You are worthy. You are worth something. You are important. You are loved. You need to understand and remember that it's not just about you proving yourself to, like for me, to some gorgeous woman. Okay? It's also her proving herself to me. Okay? It goes both ways. So just remember that. You're worth something. The other person has to prove themselves to you also. Are you a team player? That's a big one. Because in an SHTF type scenario in a group, team players, you got to be a team player. Are you willing to put in the work? How well do you work with others? Can you take orders from others is another big one. Because somebody has to be in charge. Division of labor. You should have somebody, like if you got a group, somebody's in charge of security, somebody's in charge of gardening, somebody's in charge of cooking, cleaning, somebody's in charge of canning, somebody's in charge of hunting, all those things. There's so many different things. Vehicle maintenance, animal husbandry, foraging, all those things. There's going to be different people in charge of different areas. It'll be broken up for whatever group you have or whatever group you're going to join or looking to join or running into. Also, what does your family have to offer? What does your wife have to offer? Your husband, your children? Are you always teaching your children valuable skills? And so, when they answer, what can they offer? Your kids can speak up and be like, oh, hey, I can do this. I know how to, clean a chicken or field dress a deer, or I know how to garden. I know how to weed. I know how to cook. I know how to clean. I know how to, I'm a little bit older kid. I know how to shoot, so I can stand guard duty. I know range estimation. I know sectors of fire. I know fields of fire. I know leapfrog. I know shoot, move, and communicate. I know L-shaped ambush. I know, Australian peelback, center peel. All these different things. Reaction to contact drills. Sorry, just go there. It's one of those things. I always go that direction, the military direction. Sorry, guys and gals. Those are all military terms for different maneuvers in combat. So, there's a lot of different skills. You can teach your kids. I go with my kid, my boy, and we go out in the lower field or out in the woods, and we practice these things. I'll tell you what, that boy knows some stuff. He knows how to shoot, move, and communicate. He can do pretty well. I'd put him up against a lot of grown men. He'd probably whoop butt on most of them, as far as a teammate and his personal ability. Oh, let me see, read my notes here. When you show up at your preps, are they going to say, wow? Or is that it? Big deal. You want to be on the wow side. Remember that. If you show up and they're like, whoa, look at all this stuff this person has. Then they'd be like, come on in, let's talk. You know? And hopefully it won't be, oh, hey, we're bad guys. Bye-bye. It's difficult. It's a very difficult situation. So be wary of whenever, if you ever have to be in a situation where you got to approach a group unknown. This can also come into play when you're forming your mag, forming your tribe, forming your group, though. That's all. These are also good things to think about. So, yeah, just like I said, always be learning, always be bettering yourself, always be prepping, always be thinking, wargaming scenarios in your head. What if this happens? What if that happens? What if I have to go here? What if I'm stuck here? What if it happens when I'm at work? What if it happens when I'm at the store? What happens if? Think about as much as you possibly can. Wargame as many possibilities you can. So at least if something happens, you can remember, oh, I thought of that once. And I thought of 1 or 2, 3 ideas of what I might do in that situation. Wargame it out, because if you're ever in that situation again, you'll remember, oh, I thought of this. And this was my response. This is what I thought about. Think. Use your head. Prep out of peace of mind, not out of fear. Remember, perfection is the goal, excellence is accepted, and failure is not an option. So, always be bettering yourself, always be prepping, always be doing that little bit. Pick up a couple cans of canned veggies, canned meat, some rice, some beans today, please. Do something. Also, with all this stuff going on politically, and these mass shootings, the 3 guys that look very similar, really weird. I don't know if you guys saw those pictures, but they're always going after our guns and ammo and magazines. This is just gonna make it worse. They're gonna go after them even more now, just like always. So pick up a couple extra mags, grab some extra ammo. Get the things while you still can. Body armor, maybe. They mentioned that in the news, of course. Oh, he had body armor on, which I don't even know if he had body armor, or if he just had some plate carrier chest rig on. I don't know. Who knows? But yeah, if they're mentioning that in the news, they're doing that for a reason, so they can go after it. For a long time, we couldn't have body armor in this country. We can now, so it's not that much money. I think I forget. I think 150, maybe $200 will get you front and rear plates. A set of plates shipped to your door. If you want to ask me, email me about where are some good places to get some armor. I can point you in the right direction based on your budget. Please, if you like my videos, please subscribe, hit the like button, share the videos. I hope you guys are doing this, making this fun, utilizing your mind, thinking of all these different things. I know that there's a ton out there. It's overwhelming. It overwhelms me, especially when I'm writing down notes and preparing for these videos. I'm getting ideas. I'm brainstorming. I'm talking to others. Brainstorming with them, stuff like that. My family, friends. It's a lot, but don't get overwhelmed. Do what you can. Always shoot to improve. Like I said, a little bit every day. Make sure you're getting in your fitness. I'm about to do a fitness video, so look forward to that. It'll give some good ideas for beginner fitness levels, because I figure intermediate and advanced fitness people really don't need my help. You guys know how to stay in shape. You guys know how to work out. You guys know what's required. So I will be making a video geared towards beginners. So look forward to that. And with that, blessings to you and yours.